positions, primarily the executive and administrative, to a lesser degree the professional. So the white collar exemptions, if you're trying to get an employee under one of those, there's two parts to it. First, the employees have to be paid on a non-fluctuating salary basis. What does salary basis mean? Right now, it means you have to pay the person $455 per week on a non-fluctuating basis. This is going to change. The Department of Labor has proposed a significant increase in the minimum amount of salary you have to pay somebody. And it's a big increase. So we're using that number because that's the rule right now, but just bear in mind that is going to change. But the concept of salary will not change. The concept is, I'm going to pay you this amount, and it doesn't change based on how much you work. It doesn't change based on the quality of your work. That is the whole non-fluctuating concept. So if you're doing anything to take deductions from the pay of a salaried exempt employee, be careful. Make sure you're doing that correctly. There are certain exceptions that allow you to make deductions, but you need to make sure the deduction that you're taking is on a list of exceptions, because if the Department of Labor says that it's not on that list, it's not a permissible deduction. And what happens if you take an impermissible deduction from salary of an exempt employee? You convert them into a non-exempt employee. And what does that mean? That means you have to pay them overtime. Now let's focus on the second part of the white collar exemption requirement, which is the employee has to perform exempt duties as their primary job function. So under the white collar exemptions, the primary duty of the job has to be exempt in nature. It doesn't mean every single thing they do is exempt in nature. Most of you in this room may be classified as exempt. I'm classified as exempt. It doesn't mean that everything I do all day is exempt in nature. I do things like, go to the supply room and get Post-it notes when my Post-it notes run out. I sit there and mess with my stapler and try and refill it for 20 minutes the other morning. I'm trying to figure out how to make a clicker work. I take my trash out if it gets too full. These are not exempt job functions. But because I do those, it doesn't make me a non-exempt employee. Because my primary duty, which is giving legal advice to my clients and performing legal work, is an exempt job function. But if you have a situation where the person is spending more time typically on the non-exempt stuff, or where the non-exempt stuff is really more important in terms of their overall job description, that's where you have the concern on the primary duty issue. Primary duty has to be the principal, main, major, or most important duty that the employee performs. So those are just some big concepts out there when you're trying to figure out primary duty. Now let's look at what those duties actually need to be for different exemptions.